Welcome back to Pavilions, and welcome to another live stream here on the channel. Today marks 20 streams that we've put what we have here at Pavilions Park together, and we are going to celebrate those 20 in the similar fashion we did with the 10 and do another upgrades and refinements live build to kick off our week. So if you've put in your day and you're ready to relax and chill and hang out and put this place together even better, go grab a beverage, something to snack on, your cozy blanket, and settle in for the next stream here on the channel. So this is this cool thing that I just put. Just gives a moment to make everyone know what's going on. I'll just hide it over there for right now. But we are into it. And wow, look at the difference we have today since episode 10 and the last time we did a refinements. Come a long way. I think at that point we were just finishing up the marketplace. So I'm excited to dive in tonight and make some refinements and upgrades. We'll explore all of the areas. Love to hear what you think, what your suggestions would be. Pop something in the chat, right? It's been a collective effort, right, with all of your suggestions, putting things together here, and really appreciate it. And if you like what we're doing and you like the stream, give a thumbs up to the video and hit the subscribe button so you can be notified of our next streams and other videos, so we can explore Pavilions and as well as other theme park adventures here in Planet Coaster, right? Look forward to spending a few together to go around and see what we can do to make this place even better. All right, so let's go back where it all began, right? Hello and welcome out to the chat. All right, let's go back to where it began. And that is here at the entrance hall. Looks like the monorail just got in. So this was the first place that we put together. All right. And we had maybe done a few refinements along the way, and the monorail station came in, right? And that was a big piece of it. And now I think it's not adding more, it's refining what we have and seeing what we can do to make it better, right? Right? And then we'll go from there. Right. So settle in. Let's go explore what we've done. This should be a fun one, right? No pressure to get stuff done. A little reprieve from working on the boat ride at the conservatory. And, wow, I am happy to say I think we have found our arc, or somewhat of a story there, and have some really interesting developments to share about that on this stream. What we're going to do with that next, as well as where we're going from here in Pavilions. So one thing I notice is when you get out, right, of the portal here, right, the monorail sign is obstructed by the cactus, and might seem like a little thing, right? And I know that this pole is here as well, but I think there's one thing we can do that's an easy kind of adjustment. And another thing I was thinking, and let me know, right, what y'all think. But and I was looking back and walk through on this. I was like, okay, these are, we have these modern planters, but the planters aren't unmodern, but they're not really modern. And after doing the conservatory, and putting all of that together, we just did the concrete planters and they look so good. Do we bring that back into this? I do like how the white is offsetting, what's there. Tough call. But let's go in, let's move these cacti over. We'll just do some move and replacements here. So I'm going to move this one. I'll move that out of the way. Might as well grab this one too, right? I think we're just gonna go right at the end here with it. Right. Before we move the other ones, let's go check to see. Don't worry about the radioactive sounds. It's perfectly safe. Ah, hello. Greetings from Brazil. It's moderately better. It's almost like it could come over even a little bit more. I don't know what we need to make sure we're focusing on more. Proper directions or safety. I didn't get these cacti pretty pointy. That's a little better there. And then we can go do here. We'll just swap this one. There it goes. And we'll put that thing back on the other side. And this will just give it a little bit more room. And then we can, this one already has it on that side. Makes it easier. Okay. Pesky ruse. Feels a bit more open in that area too, so I'm good with that. Curious about the planner though. Can look up concrete. Come on. Oh yeah, we can even do like a half of it. Right? That's even lower than what it's at right now. Let's just see what it looks like. Easy peasy. Did we... Oh, disappear the whole building here. Okay. Haha. Alright. Let's just see. I think the white ones stay for now. The other idea is grabbing one of the in-game planters. They're kind of like a different shape. Might be able to do. I think that's too much. I don't know. It's kind of nice to have the band of white. Seems like it's the best option for now. Maybe with the parts that are there. You know, unless we roll with one of those things. That's that one. There's not the same number of pieces enough to be able to do what we did. It's there. It's, you know, let's roll with it. We don't have to overly fixate on it. Let's see. The other thing is, I mean, this place was well imagined enough where you know what. Just need to make sure it stays clean. And look, see, on it. So here is the monorail station that's attached to it. I don't think there's anything specific we need to add to here. The idea was keeping it quite bare, right? It's a platform. I mean, it's certainly not like a bus stop or anything, you know. I mean, it's pretty neat looking, right? Chiseled, cool lights and such. However, right? Notice when you get off the monorail, right? You come here, there's no directional. So thinking we have this space let's kind of fix that. Have this space that's there that we can possibly use for some directional area, right? One would be the arrow to the gateway. The other would be another area back into the park. Now, if they've arrived via this entrance hall, they should know when they get here what's what and what they can do. However, I think some guidance is there. And if we follow with our plans, right, to have a twin entrance hall on the other side of the park, like a north and south entrance hall, right? Then people entering on that side that come here, that can exit here, if that works. I don't know if the mechanic will work with it, but then they would know which way they're going. So it's always cool to kind of build out some lettering, right? I think we should do our normal treatment, right, with our lettering. We have it. I think we have it pretty down pat at this point, right? And we'll just mirror what the size that is. Matter of fact, like, let's build it right in here. We can enjoy watching the monorail come in, and right. If you have any other suggestions on things we could upgrade or refine here at the entrance hall, drop it in the chat. Other than that, this place serves its function incredibly well, right? And it sets the stage for everything that's out there. I mean, the lighted buoys on the reflecting pool with the observation wheel in the back. Just added a long video walkthrough of the observation wheel and station, so you can go check that out on the channel as well. We're starting to do walkthroughs of each of the area. We have the entrance hall, reflecting pool, and observation wheel, and then we'll do one every week, right, until we get the whole park set there, and see where we go from there. So let's build some lettering in. And then we can use that too. So we've got to think we're going to do what's backwards. All right, so the way we've been doing this is snap distance 3. Celadon, we're going to change that back to this. Are we onto a building? Okay. And we'll just spell these out, and this should lock in now. I remember when we first started trying to figure out our kind of theme to be able to, or not theme, method, to be able to do what we wanted to do with the lettering. It was an interesting kind of struggle, and then I learned the system, or the better way to make sure we stick to. So we can crank these things out quick. All right, there's one. Okay. Let's do another one, and it'll go the other way. What do we call it? Do we say, I mean, you're still at Pavilions, so you wouldn't say Pavilions. You can just say Park. Expo Center. Because I guess this would be the Expo Center side. So why don't we do that? I kind of like that idea. Let's see what happens with it. What's going to happen is I'm going to run out of wall space. Okay, let's... how are we going to do this easily? Sure, let me grab all of that. Okay, okay, all right, everybody settle down now. Let's go. I think that's it. 13, gateway, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's still one thing. Will that help me uncover it? Oh, I see it. There we go. Okay. Advanced smooth. Oh no, I don't need to duplicate it. Just advance move it, and now I'm done. Fun. Let's go. Let's go. T. That's the one we want. Let's just move that down to there. Okay. Let's keep going. We should be all right. See? All right. Sen. C-E-N. T. E. I do realize we have one more to do. One more letter, or a character. I can just copy it and add it from the other side, I guess. Alright, let's group these so we don't have to go through that again. Alright, and then... It's not going to be on the same side, but this will help get a little rough idea. That's pretty spot on right there. Okay. All right. Let's roll with that. All right, so we're going to go up. We got to rotate this around. See if we can get some visibility. We'll have to see if this will even, whoops, if these words will even fit here. Might be, oh, wrong axis. Oh, they do. I don't think the other one's going to, though. So we're going to have to make the word smaller. But let's line that up there. Because it just looks... That does look cool, though. Okay. All right. Let's continue making refinements. And upgrades. Oh, did I really do that? No, I'm gonna redo that. That was sloppy. All right, let's move this to the center, and then that's not going to be the center. We still need to have that other piece to it. Let's try that. All right, it's still all together. Let's go. It'll be about, I'll recenter it, but that's may maybe where we want it. Okay. All right, so let's take this thing. Let's copy it and bring it down this way. I'm just gonna eyeball this one. I think we'll be all right. Okay. A little further out, huh? Yeah. Okay, now we can go and center it again. Shoom. All right. Okay. You know, like, little touches. It was just a blank white wall, right? How often is somebody going to look there besides these guests? Well, I guess the guests will, right? Virtually. Well, lost my angle there, didn't we? Upgrade. That's an upgrade. For sure. Okay. Refinement with the cacti. Upgrade with the signage. It's a chance it's sitting. Maybe it needs to come down a little bit more like the monorail one is. Like together. Or the monorail one goes up. There we go. Right on. Okay. Gateway Expo Center. Fantastic. Awesome. I like that. I will get us back on camera track. I will consider the planner thing. Maybe there's another option. Another option we can do. There is, we could use art shapes, like a white art shape. There's anything like, these worked really well for what we were doing, but the dirt is already there, you know, like anything we put on there. I'm just wondering if the, like that side mold is too ornate for us, right? Because we want it to be like clean. Let's leave it, hey, we need to save something maybe for part 30. Right, when we come and do the third and hopefully maybe final refinements of the Expo Center in this side of the park. All right, how about we cruise out a bit? Let's see here, reflecting pool, right? This is already one upgrade we did, which is rock this sign out here. Let's bring some light into the day. Everybody probably should have given a sunglasses warning first. The Vista Point thing really does work so well in this park. There's just space for it to work, you know? Even when you want to do something up close, like I did with the Wayfinder, it's kind of neat. It's a neat trick. You know, I wish there were more animations in there, but appreciate what's there anyway. You know, one thing I was thinking is like, do we have, you know, should we put more green? Like, should there be a few more of these lilies around? You know, I don't want to. I didn't want to overdo it, but is it too understated right now? You know, and it's not necessarily going and putting them throughout the whole pool. It's just saying, hey, like, should we just add that there, right? And you know, maybe this there, right? Like, you know, that's it. You know, is there something else over there? You know, we throw one more in over here. Not overhaul it, just, you know, add a little bit of growth. It's been a little bit of time, you know, so, you know, another idea, and I like that we keep this pretty sparse over here. I really do. Do we want maybe like here, like we can do like a modern potted plant or something? Do we want to bring more green into this space, right? Or do we want the green to be something that kind of came out of the entrance hall, but then frees up, and maybe it's just a touch, right? Because we have this green, like serious green, going on there. When we were going through the conservatory, benches, and we were going to do a green color to match, but I ended up doing it the same. And looking at these two, I mean, the blue is a little bright, so I think if we adjusted these benches here to that color, I think it will just help it be a bit softer, or not, maybe that's not the right word. And another thing I've thought of, and I don't know, I have to see if there's even something like this we can do in the game. Look, we already have it, it's already here anyway. You know, that's not like a blue stripe, so. Is it sand or... Yeah, let's leave it that darker bronze color. The blue just seems a little weird for it. I don't know. This space speaks for itself, right? People want to sit down, they can, but it's a transitional space, right? To get from one part to another, right? So it's entrance hall, transitional space, and then you're out. This is a little bare over here, I think. I mean, landscaping wise, I think we have some opportunity here. And this being the marketplace and being green in the back and stuff, I think we may want to look at expanding the landscaping. But it is very desert landscaped over here. But, you know, like, if we took a few of these, right, like, and brought them over there, and we didn't like it, you know, what we could do is just get rid of them. I don't know if we need these rocks with us, though. Cool part is we can bring all of this over at one time. Even get that prickly pear. Alright, let's see. What do we get? We get anything interesting? More stuff. They're like all on the same plane. Let's break some of this up. Whoa. 1, 2. Give it a little bit more space of it, so all right, even here. Okay. Let's come down here and see how it looks. Yeah, it's a little bit more vegetation in there. It's not like an over amount as you're walking through it. Now we have our wayfinder here, and there's another under there somewhere is a vista point. I wonder be under turn off paths, turn off buildings. That person is super excited. There it is. Why? That was really... so, idea we can put one in each of these, right? There's 4 of them around this quad here. And then there's also, I know the silver screen pack that's coming out, I think tomorrow, right? That... or the update has, I think maybe it's even part of the free update, is the queue wait time signs. And I think that might be really neat. Won't be able to get this transparent kind of thing with something like that, right? Transparent version of that would be crazy awesome. But we could do something all on a wall in the entrance hall, like where you have a board of all of the wait times, like a wait time board, somewhere. I don't know. It'd be cool to incorporate them into here, like so you can see that, but equally don't want to take away from the way the aesthetic is. So we'll find an interesting way to incorporate it, if not do it at the rides or something like that, right? Okay, what else can we do? Do we explore big potted plant here? I mean, it's using something like this, right? In a place like here, we'll remove the garbage can, right? And then it puts a plant in it. Obviously, put some plants in it. Um, I don't know. It's not overly needed, you know. Let's leave it for now. Okay, but this is good here. Another thing we did, and we turned the paths back on, is I had to remove the path around here because then people will watch what happens now. See, they go around there. People were walking right through the sign, and that doesn't physically make any sense, even in this world. So you can see here that needs to be done. You know, same with the other places. Otherwise, it's prone to just the clipping. People walking through, right? So, entrance halls, got observation wheel next. I am interested. I'm seeing some of the lighting that's being used from this silver screen pack. The floor lighting, and they're tremendously better than this. I don't know what the individual pieces are look like, but they just look so much better than this because they're like either flat. There's so many cool things in that pack. I'm could be very dangerous in here in a positive way, right? Let's keep cruising forward. So we have the restrooms are right there. Right there. Go on. You guys definitely need to go to the right. There you go. Okay. In the video, we did mention that the restrooms, we were very intentional about making sure that the restrooms were part of the complex here, but we're on the outside. The station needs to serve a singular purpose, and that's the wheel. And that's the way we did it. One thing I did notice while putting together that video is they love walking across this glass. Isn't it so fun? Isn't it fun? Are you having fun? Oh, loving it. Is the exit. Guests are clipping between here on this wall or here. We have to watch to see how they leave the ride. You can probably fast forward through it. You can watch the color array go around. I don't know what he's doing here. I don't know what the ride cycle is on this, but it seems pretty substantial. I mean, I guess they got to go around the entire thing, like, what, 2 times is fair? Didn't really have any other notes much for this place. I mean, just going through it, especially this last week, there's not, it doesn't need anything else, you know? It's interesting to see which way the guests are walking here and there. All right, this queue is getting filled up, so that probably should exit soon or end soon. See, they're coming in the same space and then walking this way. It's just an interesting thing. Sometimes it changes, sometimes it doesn't. See, that's very weird. All right, they're filling up the queue. Okay, slow down. All right, now we have to watch how the guests exit. I missed this part, but I think they came out. But watch here. Let's see what happens. It's under some I could be wrong, but I was under some understanding. See, that was fine. Maybe it's not. Wait, hang on. Okay. I spoke too soon. It's this crew. Y'all are gonna walk right through the wall there, of course. All right. So I knew it. Yeah, of course. How hilarious. Okay. We can't keep waiting for that to happen over and over and over and over and over again, but it needs to be addressed, obviously, right? So. Okay. I know where it's at. I just clicked it. Come on. Just a little dip right there. Okay. This one, we may need to put a half a wall there, because that's one whole wall, right? May need to put less than a half a wall there, right? I can't move that into anything else. Yeah, that's where I want it. Okay. Edit building, click that. Change that. Split from building. Now it's gonna move it, it's gonna stay like that, isn't it? Okay, good. Alright, good. Oh, you're gonna do that thing too right there? That's fun. Huh? Okay. Take two. Can we get an unload, please, so we can measure the... Oh, let's just put this down and then we can... That's what it would have been, so go half is here, right? Got to do what we got to do. So they enter this way, and when they exit both sides, and then that one is coming this crazy long loop. That makes no sense. Like, they would all just get out of this one side here. People would just come. I don't know if that really speeds up things. I mean, maybe it can speed up the process. We're a bit from that emptying out because that queue is still full, not full. Okay. Before we move on, can we get a... Yeah, here they come. Okay. I'm going to follow you all this time. All right, let's slow things down. Y'all have your path. I know it. I'm going to be ready for you. We will make sure you have proper passage and you do not have to go through a wall. Oh! Ha! They fit through the exact same thing as what the wall would have been before. How funny is that? Okay. All good. What is that? It's weird. All right, if that's the case. Okay. I also do not believe that they need the entire height of that to be able to get in. So let's just close that up a little bit. I think that will be okay. Towel, please. Okay, if you say so. All right. Where's our dude? He's... Last I... There's a couple of them hanging around. I don't see him. I have to find him. Maybe we'll find him in a little bit. All right, that solves that challenge. I have no problem with it. We need it to function. That's the way it's going to be. Don't think that will fit in there, because that's not a full, so that other piece won't fit in there. All right. Okay. We just grab this for a delete brush, and we just make it right about here, so they can come up pretty close to it. All right, and then you'll see this is where the areas are, and then we're just going to bring this one back forward, and we'll close that gap a little bit. So we'll just take this and... we still want to make sure there is space behind it, right? Nobody will be walking through there again, and then let's go grab one of those event point. I haven't really found a use for that yet, but I'm thinking I might be soon. Okay, so take this, pop into it. We'll set the focus on this thing right here. Confirm. Admire. Sure. Excitement. Excitement. No reason for any of that. Okay. And then we'll just bury this one down under the ground. And we wait. No, I'm just kidding. It will work. we won't have to wait, but that will start generating some interest soon too. There's our first one. See? Super excited what he's going to do next. So what exhibit halls. Exhibit halls. The place we'll be visiting on our next walkthrough. Well, exhibit halls have had... What is going on around here? Please. Okay. Looks like we got somebody in the area to help, but we need a little bit more help. These are quite solid. I mean, don't need to... The convention space is one thing, right? But this space here, I haven't thought of... The only thing that might be neat is, and we could do that to all of them, is when you walk in, we have like the Pavilions kind of logo thing here. We did that in the logo. Did that in the conservatory, and it kind of looked pretty sweet. So, it's just a bunch of directional signals making a star. That's all it is. Just like we used in the sign for the gateway and the such. So we can bring this in, and let's do a... If you're here, like this one, I want to put it in a square, because then we can count it for all of them. If it's not that one, it would be the one in front. It's better off you're kind of doing it and seeing it in the one in front, right? Yeah. This is cool. Watch this. Thank you for symmetry. Okay. Take it where we can get it. This one's up this way. We really need to get this area cleaned up. Wow. Or maybe that's something that is our challenge, because we're missing something that we need more of. Trash bins, garbage cans, receptacles. All right. That thing's always cool, especially if it catches the light. All right. That's little upgrades, little like a little stamp in there, right? Just a little stamp of it. I want to see. Let me go out and walk in. Let's see if is it in the right place, or should it go back more? Right. Almost should go back one more, right? Or maybe it's like right when you walk in, you walk over it. Could go along this line too. No, it's cool. All right. I really don't have any ideas of what to do in here more than what we already see. Outside of potentially bringing in some green into that space. There's no ivy, nothing on these buildings for a reason. Like that's intentional. I can definitely see there is no bins around here. I think there's one here. There's one there. I don't want to break up. I don't like breaking up the space for. Okay. Is there no path right there? Is there a path over there for it? Or is that just aesthetic? Yeah, there's a path there. It needs to... Okay. We can make a quick fix of that. I'll just run that over to there. To there. And let's go grab that bin and then... Wait, do we get a clean one? I didn't know. There we go, right? Okay, I have a feeling I know there's some inside there. I'm not putting them in the middle of the green, but I'm pretty sure there's not one around here either. I'll put one right in the front of that hall. Okay, we'll see what happens. Try to see if I can spot. No, you don't. You don't do that. Somebody to help clean. We bring somebody else in. Maybe we need just more staff. Welcome to the show, mate. Thank you. Thank you. Go, keep going. Let's see if he goes back this other way. Nope. Oh, maybe there's another one there. Is he going to turn back around? I think I need to start you all the way over here. There you go, man. Now trace that. See if we can get some stuff cleaned up. It's looking a little... It's right there. Right there. I know you see it now. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave you to do your thing. All right. Another thing I was thinking is when we're looking is sight lines and what do we want to be able to see, right? So everything out here, like everything that's in the distance behind the wheel, right, that's yet to be developed, right? Everything else we have. So as we look here, right, we notice like right here, all right, if we look this way, you see the side of the building out there, which is the exhibit hall. Now, it's complementary to what you see here. It's not completely blank, but it's there, right? So this area right here, which doesn't have any trees or anything, we might want to fill that out a little bit more. Concrete block, right? And then as you start coming across this pool, especially from this side, while the front of that exhibit hall is pretty striking, and I would even argue the same for like both of them, this whole lane right? Down here and down here, and we only have so much spot here, and I would even consider like this stuff go, is I think we need to find trees that can help support that, because it's a big white slab, and I don't know what else we do besides landscape it. I think this far enough into the park, we don't have to be over reliant on the desert motif anymore, and I think that might even transition as we continue going away from the entrance hall. So we kind of have a bit of a space, right? I would say post that rock a bit of a space, and then back around here. Let's consider the shadow. It's pretty similar to, right? Because this shadow goes to, yeah. So we consider the shadow, there's a little bit of extra on there. That'll give us some extra space. Okay. Like, we haven't had enough of trees from the conservatory, and the conservatory and the boat ride, whoa, what a project that really has become. And not to tease it and not run over there right this second, but it clicked. Finally clicked, and I had a little time here, a little time there, here, a little time here, and started doing a couple of things, refining some of what we worked on last time, and just ended up adding some stuff, made a couple of decisions, and just went for it. Like to share everything we're building here, but on the other hand, sometimes it's neat to do some surprises and kind of bring them back and share them to you. Share them with you. Let's go trees. We're going to need some narrow, full trees. And let's just go down. Oh, you know where those are would be great is in the rainforest, although it's kind of, this is more of a swamp. And from over here, they look like kind of just spikes. There. Cypress knees should be much more round at the top. I mean, these are like spikes, like they're sharpened. There are plenty of cypress knees. There's a cypress tree. Okay. I think we just do this, and I think we'll get a very good sense of what's gonna. I really learned to like the banana palms, I'll tell you that. Well, could offer an interesting look. Let's see. There, that could be. I mean, even that is pretty awesome looking, right? And we do a row of those. They're kind of like chiseled enough. Maybe the bigger one is better. Smaller. I do like these spruce trees. And you got this Christmas trees. I don't think that's going to work right now. Where has that one been, and why didn't we use that somewhere before? Bubblegum eucalyptus. That looks awesome. Bubble. Did I say bubble gum? It's blue gum. That's a really pretty tree. We don't need this. This almost needs to go into that ride right there. That's a pretty one. There's a blue gum. All right. Now it's just this one right here. European larch. Cypress trees. Whoa, that's just a trunk. Cypress trees are pretty, right? Not as full as that poplar. Or the K-pop tree. I mean that one seemed to be. I mean, if we did a rows of them, you know, maybe just do a row of that. It's not bad. Where do we do them? Like, I mean, that's already a massive difference right there, right? Is there room to do it on the edge here? I don't think. I don't know. I don't think so. No. Be in that thing. Well, we can continue and just do it like that, because is this one going to get skipped? Oh, how am I going to count to do those here? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to bring those over. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we know this last one's looped right there. Right. Take this thing. Okay. What? That solve anything from over here? Still have a bit of space back here, which, you know, I think maybe these are awesome always, so. Take one of these. I don't even know about the acacia tree. See, that one almost covers everything there because it's up closer, right? Because that one was closer. Like, that little tiny one. I don't think we need to let's not overly push it. All right, we added a few plants there that wasn't there. Let them sit for a bit, breathe. I don't know if we want something so manicured like that near them if they're too tall. They almost feel like they could even come down a little bit. Like, do they need to be taller than the building? Because at that point, are they outshining? I'm not saying outshining the building, but you know what I mean? They kind of feel like they are. If I shrink these, they're going to all shrink down together. It's going to like mess up the... Could do that though. Let's let it sit. I don't know. I really don't know how to approach this. Right? Maybe more ivy or something on this wall. I mean, these trees are nice. I don't know. We're only going to be able to fit so many down the line like that, you know? Just make sure to give them a little... Okay. It doesn't seem very random, and it seems purposeful, and I'm not... I don't know that I'm digging that necessarily. But I have like this feeling like for a while like we need to have something kind of cover up that side. It's just too much, you know? Don't know if this is the answer or not. But this is the concept, right? And I'm sure, as you all know, right, first drafts here are first drafts, and even upgrades and refinements have things that are first drafts, right? And that might be one of them. All right, so let's see where we're at. Let's take a pulse check. We looked at entrance hall there, did a couple things there, a couple things there, one there, a couple things here, right? Observation hall, took care of something there. This wayfinder, while we're here, before people start walking through it, let's just clean that up because that's an easy thing we can do now. It really does make a big difference. I guess I'm bringing both these back, probably to here, right? Okay, and then let's get a vista point down here. Set the focus to this. Excitement. And just bury that under there. And yes, they still do work even if you bury them down. Okay, so cool. Now we got all three of those sides. Let's keep cruising this way. Now we have... I like that hoodie. Maybe in blue or something, but yeah, get me a Planet Coaster hoodie. That's pretty sweet. Noticing there's a lot of people wearing sandals. I mean, people wear sandals. Kind of into closed-toed shoes. So stub my toe too much. It's just the way. So we have the marketplace. There's the Performing Arts Center and the conservatory. That's what's left to go through for this round of refinements, right? We've spent probably the first half of the stream going through the first half of the main access, checking out some stuff over there, having a line of poplar down there. So I think it's time to go into the marketplace. Even noticing like these, this green, those could, we can bring that back to that same color too. Less differentiation. Now I'm curious what these are. Yeah, see. Oh, what are those? Sand, or are they that? Sand dune. No, they are the sand dune. That's what we want, sand dune. Okay. All right, 1 minute, 24 seconds. Where is it? Ooh, it's in a secret place, actually. I wasn't going to show you all. Okay, it's a secret that you're going to end up seeing because that's where I put the sign. Okay. But it's time for that. Like, it's time because we're like in the middle point, right? So, all right, marketplace. We'll have to pause. We're going to go do a secret. So you can see the back of the Japanese garden, right? Area of the boat ride for the conservatory. What we're going to do is sneak around here. Okay, there is a building now behind the conservatory. Don't worry about that for right now. Because the intermission sign is back here. But I feel like I don't know if you've been following the streams or not. That building wasn't there last time, and feel like I don't want to just tease it and then before an intermission, but you know the tension could build. But I want to go focus on the marketplace anyway when we get back. So I'm just going to show you real quick, and then we're going to go into an intermission, and just 2 minutes, like just a brief one, right, where everybody can take a stretch and get a new beverage and all of that stuff, and recharge, go to the have a bio break, whatever it is. So at the conservatory, and the driving inspiration for this ride, it's a nature-inspired boat ride, and for me, I always think of Living with the Land at Epcot, right? And that's just, nature tour through greenhouses and all that stuff. And they have this part in there toward the end that's the lab. And I always thought that was so cool, right? And it looked like a lab, and then you saw like, air growing, hydroponic growing, and all these other things. And I was like, that would be a cool building behind, because you come back into this part of the boat ride and you're going to see the building in the conservatory again. And this is the part where you coming through, and the way the story is going to go now, it made sense. And now we have a biotech lab. And the boats. This is where he is. we'll take you. The biotech, right? So, and the biotech lab, right? There's the entry for the lab. There's a door, like it gets. Oh, I don't know where they're gonna go in there. Tried to do some like door connection, like it can connect back in there. Maybe we need another one or some other thing. But anyway. So now that we found him, we're gonna have an intermission, right? Let's do this because that way when we come back, we'll know where he is. We can check the height in the observation wheel. We'll cruise back to the marketplace, right? Over the green over there, right? Hit up the Performing Arts Center, and we'll end with the stuff that we've been working on, and maybe we weren't going to really touch this tonight because refinements and upgrades, we're not even finished with everything over here, and the ride is half done, if at that, right? But maybe, depending on time, we'll see. We'll also, when we get back from the break, talk about, what we're going to be doing with the future plans for this. So, not a glorious shot, but our friend here is quite awesome, and the message says it. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Go grab a beverage, a snack, refresh. Everybody stand up, stretch. Be back with you in just a moment. And time. I don't know if any, but I've never timed that, but I don't think we delayed too long. All right, so intermission. We are back. Let's go check this out. We'll move away from that secret lab. It's not a secret lab, but I think that's going to be a really cool end of the story, and then it'll come into this final piece. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. He is floating inside. I have a feeling there's not going to be enough space there for people with balloons. Need to be considerate. All builder. All right. Okay. So we passed the balloon test. All right, we'll go with that. Woohoo is right. Let's just go Let's pop them there. Okay. All right. All right. Now let's have some fun. All right. Nice shades. Okay. So one thing is the name of the shop, Expo Shop. Not 100 on it. We had that when we were designing like a modern expo, and this is an expo center area, right? So we could leave it, but we also named the park Pavilions since then. This is not the only shop going to be in Pavilions. And you'll notice our snazzy window displays. They are quite awesome. The windows aren't very windowy in here, but there's windows there, right? Yeah, maybe we leave Expo Shop because, we put the sign before, like Expo Center is this way, right? Yeah, so I guess that would make this the Expo Shop still. Let's roll with it. There is the other part is on the back of this shop, do we want signage for the eatery or food hall? I don't even know what to call it. Like I call it an eatery. Food hall is not really right because it's just got that central set of, it is a hall kind of. I mean, eatery is another thing. It's not really a food court. We kind of steered away from what we were doing with a food court, but it could be. Do we want a sign for that in here? And the shop is just pretty awesome as is. I don't know if we need to, but was thinking we may want to look at upgrading some of these window displays. And I very simple thought in the front with these things as mannequins and with the t-shirts and stuff, and the signs, right? I love it. It's great. I was just wondering, like, could we, like, this hat one is kind of like meh, like it wants more. Like, can we pick one and do one, like, and for the hat one, are there any like busts or anything that we can put on the wall, where we can hang the hats on the thing on the wall? So I think let's do one of these, right? Because they're kind of fun. All right, so there's actually 4 lights in these. Whoa. Remember, we got quite a kick out of the first time we did this. So if it was fun then, it's got to be double fun now. I don't know if that's the till that keeps going off, but that store is busy. All right, let's see. Can deactivate animatronics if we needed to use, just like there's their heads or something. Maybe statues. Not exactly what I was going for. Maybe it's not in this. What is this? Mermaid. Oh, that's not good. Oh. Oh. Yeah. That could be interesting. Is there one that looks like it's kind of, it can be holding it? Do we leave it flat? Um, how small does it go and can we make it not look metal? Though it's too big. Oh, it would be a cool idea. All right, let's keep cruising. Dun, dun. There's a bunch more hats too we can use. Put it on the snowman. There's gotta be some other. What about even like that rack thing? Like just anything else that we can do with it. You can just put a strip of those and just hang it. Where isn't there that other thing that's got like hang on. Not really ideally either. I had an idea and do not see it coming to fruition, and that's okay. All right, I did have another idea. So let's leave let's leave the hats behind. All right, I had another idea for one. Let's do this. All right, not gonna give up for sure. This one will work because we don't need anything specific for it. It was just an idea. Or we have everything we need for it, right? For the most part. Oh, I realize I have to fix the over on the other side. That's a refinement that we can be doing. That one's fine there. Let's go. No. Make sure that that's there. Is that still all four? This way. Oh, wait, go glitching out. All right. This one will not be Cosmic Cow anymore. And what we could do with this one is... That's an interesting sound. Have a plushie display. I thought that would kind of be neat. And maybe maybe these are really like big versions of them, and then we'll put a bunch of small ones sitting, and that'll kind of be the do that. It's the sounds when you put this stuff down that is just next level. I'm telling you. Didn't have to be anything. There didn't have to be a sound at all when you put something down. Could have just been a clink. You know, I guess that's a sound. Guess it is a sound. Okay. Now we just take a bunch of them and just pop them all over the place in there. Matter of fact, we'll do this. That's random rotation, maximum. Let's not go too wild yet there. See what that does. Might just help randomize a little bit better of what we're trying to do here. Okay. That doesn't. Ha! So cute. He definitely needs some more plushies in the game. There is another one, right? It's the Pegasus. I don't know. Should we have it in here also? Like, should it be that? Is that part of it? Will that kind of sit behind him at all? Yeah, kind of like intermingled. Why not? I'll pop a couple of these guys in there. Scatter them around. There's a few here, a few there. Maybe one more. And we just got a little plushy display. Be kind of neat maybe to have some of them hanging. I mean, I guess it would be floating, but it would be hanging. We probably would just do that there anyway on the bottom. Well, what we could put in the background, we haven't done really anything where there's background. There's just kind of these signs and there. But there really wasn't anything in here before. And that's a light little a little upgrade. It stopped them in their tracks. So I think we have a winner. I do. There's something else though, maybe, that can be in there. Let me see. That could kind of be. How small do these go? Oh, come on. How do we... That's not going to work. This is it. Maybe. That one's bigger. That one's smaller. Okay. Ha! Ha 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 ha! It's so funny. Only thinking, do we... Can change these colors, right? Make that one King Coaster color. And then this one we'll go with... That's good. Better off doing it with this one. That's it. I'll take that. I will take that one right there. Just go. Look at it. It's cool. It's a little plush family. I mean, think about this. Cosmic Cow, I'll give it to you, Cosmic Cow, but we can re-snap build back to our updated display. It's missing something in the middle, isn't it? If we're gonna go for it, it's like if we're gonna go for it, you know, we're not gonna go do every window. That's the funniest thing with these window displays. Like we can do one, and then it can change and be something completely different. You know, another time around. Maybe this needs to still be brought to you by Cosmic Cow. What do you think of our new window display? Maybe a banner or flag or something behind there? I don't see any signs that are really that. I was thinking they do have the dancing, like, they're not like the dancing, wind blowing kind of men thing, but it was like they have the streamer in the air. Any of these signs say for sale? What is that? We do not need a pirate food banner sign. I heard it again. It's Tyler Bagone. I still do not know what that means in Planet Coaster. But that name has come up before. Oh yeah, maybe it's like one of these. I'm in signs anyway, but that maybe it is something like, oh, like one of those kind of signs. Obviously much smaller and less. Let's leave it. Marked improvement. Right? These are kind of satisfying to do that. Okay, cool. All right, good deal. Something interesting to see as they walk around, as the guests walk around. Oh, I moved it. I didn't clone it. I moved the lights. All right, let's go fix that real quick. Okay, those are still gonna stay, right? Yeah, okay. All right. You back to normal. Okay, cool. So I think that covers that. Another thing we don't have here is there's no employee break room. There is back here space we could, right? Like this door could be staff, and there can be a space here. I have the sandbox settings where it's not neat. They're not like requiring it like to be happy or anything. Also, the game like drives you to want to use a staff path and keep it out of bounds in a way, right? Um, there's plenty of space here and here to we can add a facilities. It doesn't need to take up a ton of space. I'm thinking of how we can incorporate that potentially. For now, right? We got a cute plushie display out of it. Yeah, I mean, should it say eatery? Foodery? What should it be called? Food room? And should there be signs also? Like that's another thing. Should there be a sign in the front here somewhere where it says, yes, you can go this way to the food room. Food room, I said it too. Food hall, right? Or should we not, like, everybody get funneled in here and then they can see that the, eatery or the food hall? I don't know. What should it be? But I feel like there should be a sign in here representing what it would be. What do you all think? Do like the clean back of that wall, but I mean, it is right through there. And on the other side of it, it does say Expo Shop. All right. Otherwise, people find it via just finding it. And then there's this space too. So maybe we put it on here, right? Like Expo Eatery, right? Put it on all sides, doesn't matter, right? And then you can see it from coming through here without having to put that on there. Expo Fresh. What do you all think? Expo Fresh, Expo Eatery? Huh? What do you all think? You're gonna go put those in the bin, right? The bin? The bin. You're gonna do it, right? What? Did you see that? Shopping bags appeared out of nowhere, and then they all like back tossed it, and they all made it in. That's brilliant. Oh, that's so brilliant. Okay. It really is pretty cool. I did like that. Will it stick there? Yeah, it will. That's how giant the letters are. That's crazy. It's got random rotation on. Oh gosh. Oh, come on. That just messed everything up. Okay. Oh, great. So I have to start over now because of that? It won't be. Oh, there we go. Is it on the same plane? Oh, it is. It's just in a shadow. No, we're gonna move one, go, skip one here. E. Oh, come on. We need to move it all over now. Oh. Well, this is working out. Oh, gosh. Let's try that again. Oh, I guess this is the temporary name for it now. The Expo Eatery. Bringing you fresh bites. That's center. Okay, so if that's center, let's come off center and then just shrink the thing down. Boom! That looks sweet. I was wondering where we would put the sign for wherever it was, whatever it was, but that's just perfect. This is the magic of the upgrades and refinements episodes. Is just, hey, never thought of that idea. Okay. I like it kind of bigger and chunkier like that. Bum bum bum. Let's just center it. Should we put it on all sides? Is it really needed? Kind of does its thing, right? As is. Pretty visible, right? You had to kind of come past it anyway. Yeah. That's a cool upgrade. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. Even better. Not than that. Okay. Well, let's cruise. All right. On to one of my favorite places. The Performing Arts Center. This was like our first like mega build for whatever this place was, and then even though the conservatory building isn't as big as this, right? That's definitely become much more of a thing. There's a couple things, right? Hey man, that is not acceptable. There is a bin here. There's a bin there. Yeah, come on, use the bins. And equally, you're gonna go right that way, right? Upgrades and refinements, let's keep it going. All right, so this space with that silver screen pack, I mean, come on, like, this whole place was meant to have just meant to have that going on. Like, we're gonna get I say we're gonna get. I gotta buy it. You get movie posters. This whole the lighting that's in it is really just awesome. Like the lighting alone, and while we invested in the sorcery pack because we found an attraction that acts like a theater to put in our performing arts center. And look, this is just a killer use case for this thing. Now there is a cinema or theater that we would have got probably use more out of the rest of the pack than we are getting out of the sorcery pack. I say that, although the sorcery pack is starting to unfold itself into this place in very interesting ways. So, no regrets on it. Just funny, like it's a 2-week difference between when this probably happened. I don't want to say 2 weeks, maybe it was, right? Just a few weeks difference. It is. One thing I've seen is like the queue here is started to get a little crazy at times in the pathing, and we left this wide kind of. I wish you can have like, it's a show. I wish you can have like a queue where it would be, you know what I mean, like where everybody would just wait in an area. Like when you go into a show like at Disney or Universal or at another theme park or something. They kind of funnel you into one room, and then you're funneled into another room, and it's just like, hey, everybody smush up against as far as possible, but it's not single file at that point. That said, I do see the need here because they have to go through that gate. It's not like there's multiple. That would be a cool thing where there's like multiple show doors where the theater you get in from the side. I don't know. I'm curious how the load for the theater show that they're adding in the new pack is. She's lost. Oh man, are you gonna keep doing that? All right, back to the start you go. All right, overall, this place looks great. You know, I think I will say when I get the DLC for the silver screen pack, I think that would be a reason to come in here and do some upgrades. And I don't know. I'll try to hold off where we can do it do it as a group together, right? I'm not like, I don't need it tomorrow. Not saying I don't want it, but I equally saying like, how much further do we go without it? You know, I mean, we've come so far that we have the language of what this place looks like. Anything else is an enhancement. We're certainly not going to be redoing anything. That's for sure. Everything seems to be going good up here, except for that little garbage. Well, the speakers could be hidden, I guess. I bet Silver Screens Pack probably has some better songs that would be good in here, but this is like dramatic enough. I like it. It feels big and makes the space feel big, you know? It's pretty powerful, like, right? So, had an idea. So, there is an upgrade that we really would need to do here. Like, that down there is not the same level as this. Two options. One, we leave it make believe. The other is we get a ramp to go down. Right? It can go in this side too, right? I like what we get from here. A ramp goes down, actually kind of underground, in a way, right? Where we kind of do that to that level, and then build it in. The reason it's there is the height of the animations. I don't know how to do less than what it is. I think you can figure out to do more, but I don't know how to do less with how I did it. So I decided that we would make the upper floor work and the bottom floor could do that. And then I had an idea that would be kind of neat. I want to see if it works. So we'll do it now, right? There's this is the button, right? There's path all the way up to it. Yeah, okay. We're gonna do is put in. So I wanted to use one of these and I didn't know what to do with. My goodness, didn't know what to do with it. In an event point, right? And then it needs to be like which way is it? That's kind of a weird direction for the triangle to be. Okay. All right, so this is the first time I've ever laid one of these down, so let's see this together. Set focus needs to be there. Edit trigger, add objects, and the object we're going to add is in here. Will that work if I just add that, or do I need to add every piece of it? Kind of played around with this, something like that the other day, and it didn't work how I wanted it to. You can see how many pieces are. Because that should play it, right? Which means it should stop down there now. Ha ha! Oh no. It does. It stops. Okay. So, All right, I'm almost excited about it. Let's see if we put it in the wall, will it still operate? Like, needs to be... Oh, wait. It still came up anyway. Do I need to turn that off of continuous? I thought... It needs to be triggered by event point, and it's on trigger only. That's the way. Okay. All right. It does say triggered by event point. All right. Cool. All right. So let's see. Okay, it's down there. I think you all can get what I'm good. The idea is, can we make this so you can go hit the button on the elevator? Can I get a first-person camera anywhere in here? We're gonna have to go all. Oh, I think I'm good. I'm ready now. Okay, here we go. So can you go over here? But it says play sequence. Secrets already playing. I wish it didn't say play sequence though. Oh. I mean, that's like I could have just embedded the sequencer into this and do the same thing. I don't really dig the overlay of the text telling me I could do something. I would like to, it would be really good. Like, I'm okay with something, but it would be cool to see like just a small X prompt or something appear, like an action prompt, so you know you can do something. Does it always just say play sequence no matter what? I mean, it works. I mean, the idea is we were able to figure out how to use the button of the elevator to call the elevator. Later, dude. All right. Check. I'll take it. That's an interesting one. Wait. They're gonna go do it. No way. That's the whole point. Okay. I was like, I could do the other part. This is hilarious. Oh, I see. Oh, she's literally sticking her hand in the wall and continually pressing. They're all going for it. Look at this, is too funny. Okay, all right, we need to. Seriously, getting a kick out of this. Okay, let's go. Let's find it. Let's get it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's put the button. We do have. Of course, I can't do it like that. Not that easily, at least, right? Right. Right. That's as close as we're gonna get. I'm guessing people will still be putting their hands in the... What happens if I... What's under here? Nothing. Is it better to do it like here? Like right align with it and then just sink it? Will they come up and just go touch that area now? Let's see. They won't use it at all. See when somebody gets off the monorail if they go by it. Where is that monorail? It's hard to tell. I'm not really sure how they work. Oh. It's because they... Maybe we have them dance when they hit the elevator button. Maybe that's it. Because they were pointing, that's what it was. They were admiring. I'm going to have to keep an eye on this. If it's like below the floor that they're... The other... Oh no, here they are, here they are. Oh yeah, I like it. Hit the elevator button and then dance. That's great. Then the elevator comes up and then they leave. Perfect. Sold. All right, let's cruise on. Well, only one place left to dive into for this round. But before we do, let's explore and talk about what's next for Pavilions. Now, as we zoom back and take a look at what we can label as the Expo Center, we see beyond the wheel is as much space as we've used for the Expo Center and then some, by about a square's worth, give or take, right? So more space. And I would say that on the end of that, right? And you can see the central spine or axis, right? We go all the way back to here. There's the dotted line where we got to stop. But from here, right, the concept was to have another entrance hall that is on this side that mirrors that entrance hall. This entrance hall will be a direct entrance for what will be the entertainment complex area, which is the other side of Pavilions along with the Expo Center. And then between those two, right, there is room for more outdoor water features. I think there's a considerable right? Space for some stuff. That running this way, right, down here that's parallel to everything else, right, would be a boulevard of sorts, right, with different pavilion-like attractions and areas. Could involve shopping and dining. It could involve entertainment. It could involve attractions. It could even involve maybe another ride or two or so. I don't know. But it needs to be in line with the concept of the park. But there's space to do stuff here in these boundaries, right? The other thing is, I don't know if this will come across on the stream. Let's see if it does or not. Is this. This is the park complexity meter. Playing on PlayStation, I have my limits of what I can do. Today, this park complexity is at 48%. What that means is we can do another 52% until we get to 100%, at which we won't be able to put down another piece, potentially give or take here and there. It also can cause challenges with the park running slow or something like that, frame rate challenges, and that I think there's a limitation so everything can perform. So we have an alert setting to show us at 75 and repeat every 5 while we grow from 75 to 80 to 85 to 90, 95, right? We can double what we have. How complex we double is going to be the difference of what we can do with immersion, right? What we're doing now with the conservatory, right, is extremely immersive, right? I didn't know if it was going to be, but it's very immersive right now. That adds to complexity, meaning we have a ride that has zero theming on it that operates cleanly, right? That's that, right? You have like the observation wheel, but you also have, right, it's not just on the slab with people going to it. There's a lot of other stuff. You have the building, you have 160 pieces of glass inserts, right, that are on that. So that gets more complex, right? The number of this, the number of that. We're using concrete pieces rather than the path, right? That adds pieces. It looks better. I can tell you that this 2,629 pieces, right, which essentially is this, all gone, like all of that path, buildings, right? I think it's probably part of, right, there's a considerable amount of stuff in that. That's about 4%. So the path, to do pathing like this again, we're probably looking at another 4% or something, right? So it's not a crazy amount. We're not going to be doing, I don't want to say what we are or what we aren't going to be doing because I just don't know. So yeah, that's also the truth of it. Where we go next after this conservatory and boat attraction is done is right here, right in the center. And this is going to be the central monorail station, right? Where there will be 2 tracks and 2 stations, right? Where one will feed the Expo Center side and the other will feed the entertainment complex side, right? Where guests can board any monorail station and they can circle around and get to this central monorail station, cross over to the other one. Might have to do like an underneath crossover or something, right? But this will be the next, like, like when we're done with, I don't want to even say when we're done with the boat ride, right? I'll add this in. We did 3 parts of the boat ride, right? There's been a good chunk of development since then, right? This is kind of a break off of that too. We're okay to move on to doing this station next on our next stream. We can continue to do the boat attraction also and continue down that path. It could be another trilogy of boat, right? We could do another three streams to finish that thing off, right? But it might be cool to do little bits of it here and there over the time, and you get to see how it evolves as we expand out, right? But I think before we really dive into another major attraction that's got immersive theming, we're going to need to have that done, right? So let's go move over to the conservatory, all right? Because there's been some stuff that has happened, all right? I'm going to take you through, right? Since we get to do some special things on these streams. All right. One thing I do want to be careful and maybe solve for also is the visibility of the plants, of the trees here, right? How we can make them less grouped, right? Like I maybe need to bring in a little bit more green here. I think these need to kind of like half commingle. We need to bring in green back behind there by all those the yellowed trees, but they're framing the environments that everything is kind of going to be sitting in. So, giraffes, are you floating in midair? Oh, what a feeling. So, I had an idea. I was going through some pieces looking for something the other day. Stumbled across those crystals that come with the sorcery pack, as well as a thing, and I just saw them and I was like, they're kind of neat, and then I just put it down in this star, and I was like, I made it the Celadon color, the crystal, right? And this is also at an evening, right? The crystal lights up. Let's try that again. And the crystal in the evening lights up. Excuse me, pardon me. Oh. Oh, it's nice to see the fishies come through, by the way, right? There they go. How much of them coming through? And I was like, this thing kind of looks neat in here. It could there could be more sculptural stuff. The sculpture stuff on the other side, right? Those kind of shapes are from the sorcery pack too. So there is a something going on there. This isn't overly modern or anything, but there's something about it, the way it's standing here. And just kind of like, it just makes you want to look at it, and you're like, what is this thing? You know? And that was what got me thinking, maybe this is the story. Is maybe that this crystal is helping power the life for the whole conservatory. And I don't know that we need to race through the conservatory. Races through the conservatory. Is the ride off? Or is come through the queue. All right. Really neat transition. And see how those tall trees really started filling up the space past where those windows are. Really neat. There's another one of them. Oh, the ride's in testing mode. Thought I had it in like operating mode. All right. Balloons, so you got to measure for the balloons. All right, let's take a look at see what we're doing here, what we've done. Let's go back in, right? And this will let's put this into operating mode, right? This is just to give like a sneak peek while we're here and kind of talking about this. We have the idea to be able to do another pond or something here to connect that, and then this needs to do the same thing and go into like a, what is it, culvert to pass underneath there to feed the water through that. Had the idea with the willows. I saw this stuff sitting back there. It's not aligned with the track, but I was like, maybe we do bring in like the grapevine stuff around here, so it's more like vineyardy. Right, maybe that's the kind of the end part there. We have our lab, right? Which that could be a whole episode to build out this lab, right? And the other environments that we have, but let's see if guests are starting to come through. I don't see anybody yet. Did it open up? It's open. Oh, maybe somebody needs to come to work. Oh, there they are. Okay, once they get in there. But this is really neat. I mean, the concept of having a conservatory easy. People aren't going to be, looks like we've got an extra one. People aren't going to just naturally walk around there. We don't have that function in the game, right? However, you can have queues and they'll go through one if there's an attraction. So that's what led to it's like, hey, why don't we put an attraction here and hey, they're nudging each other, huh? Whoa. All right. So now guests will actually come in, check out the conservatory, go and look at the entire space, walk around. There's some more guests coming through. And as the ride starts cycling, right, they'll get to see the boats in action coming through. And look, there's three streams that you can go watch to see how we built this conservatory, and you can go watch the other 3 streams for what we've done with the boat ride. This is the first environment that the guests will see in the boat ride. Some interesting elements. I think somebody forgot something. The bench right there. Since the last live stream, we've changed some stuff around here. Got some fog. of our bamboo tipping element. And that triggers as the boat passes by. So it's kind of like an interesting, exciting thing. And this is where the story comes in, right? Is trying to protect this nature and make sure that the calm and tranquility, right, here is safe. And this guy passes off in this area, you know, make sure he's keeping an eye out, because up ahead, as we come through here, right, we enter now a cave, although there is monorail visibility, right, but you enter a cave now, some more waterfalls, and then, right, we have the rainforest. And in the back of the rainforest, and this is just a mock-up, it's actually going to be much smaller. I just threw some stuff down, but a quick tease is there's going to be some sort of Mayan temple or something here. That's just a placeholder. They'll actually, well, we're gonna do that area right over here. We have this whole, probably from like this point forward, we have to spend a good bit, and then here's the crystal cave. So there's going to be explorers that came passing through to look for special crystals that give power to grow the plants. And they came in and they think that they were going to find it maybe in the temple. And then the adventures carry on, and then they find here's the crystal cave that they pass through. And those are the smallest those crystals go, but they still look cool. I think we just put more of them in there. All right. And then you're kind of out of that dark ridey element back into this area. I think we're going to beef up these rocks. Like, it's going to be tall, and there'll be like maybe a suspension bridge over, something like that. And this will get filled out, and then you end up in the lab. And in the lab, right, you'll see plants getting grown and stuff like that and whatever, but you'll also see reference maybe on one of the tables or something like that to these crystals, right? And that's where the whole thing kind of circles around. So that it's just like the light forming of where a story can go, is like you're on a journey and then you're kind of greeted and then you don't know what's going to happen next, and then you end up in the rainforest by a temple, and then you're in a crystal cave, and you know, like, there are real crystal caves. That's nature. That happens, right? The Mayan temple, I think, is just something interesting to come across, and I think that echoes what we did with the Japanese garden, which is there is more here than just the plants and trees and stuff. We've added the stepping stones and the bridge and some other elements and stuff like that that really help bring this area to life. Yeah, it looks like somebody left their King Coaster plushie in a hat over there. This bamboo's really helping. Like, that show building back there, keep in mind, and yes, we did cut off the other half of the show building, right? We were going to do a double-sized show building. This is plenty. Like, we still have to put in, we got to do this whole section here. This is going to be a little easier because it's just going to be populating nature-y stuff, I think, mostly. Then this is going to be a whole build there. This I don't know exactly how we're going to close that part of it, but we need to be able to transition from that back into the building, right, and then forward. And just coming overhead and seeing how the guests are starting to weave, but like not restricted, like guided, right, and weave through, and it feels almost natural, and it's not stuck in like a cattle pen style queue, right? It's a reimagining of what a queue could be, right? And I do really dig that about this space, for sure. So that said, right, how about we take a quick ride on the boat so we can have a look together and think about the things that we want to improve upon it. I think it really is going to be something really special that our guests are going to want to see here. And I'm really, really excited about how it's coming out. So as soon as we get a dispatch and can launch from here, we'll do a quick tour through the boat a little bit and finalize what our plans are next, right? No reason for too many refinements and upgrades on the conservatory and boat ride, since we still have a lot of building to do here, but it is too beautiful not to share it with you where it's at now. The subtle swaying of the bell in the breeze with the radial platform. Another use for another willow, right? Which you'll see again. Figure every once in a while you get the monorail. There's no reason to almost hide that monorail. Oh, let's put the roof back on, right? Because they're gonna come through, the monorail can come through and has the visibility into this area. Alright, that'll be a Mayan temple. And then cool glowing crystal cave, right? All right, and then you'll cruise through some more outdoor, almost taiga, not alpine, but other taiga stuff. You already see the concrete in the building, the door in the back there helps it make sense and tie it into the complex there. Lowered things down just a small notch to really give it so you have some good view. I like that symbol. It's kind of sciencey, right? And then great shot of the monorails that come through. We're going to go into the beam here. All right, because I know that's off-centered. All right, and then back into the beautiful conservatory, right, and into the station. And I just happened to find that 5 p.m. is the best time to view it for making sure that the water does what we want it to, and the lights are illuminated at night, and it's just enough of the crossover. Looks like we need to change the dispatch times on stuff, because it looks like they're getting bumped into each other a bit. You also have a queue with plenty of space, right? And while this is a low excitement ride, for a roller coaster, we're still getting plenty of guests that are going on it, right? But it feels like a natural queue. It's not overly forced or packed in that way, which I love. You have an umbrella, but it's clear outside. That's interesting. That's not something that I've seen very often. You're not protecting yourself from the sun. The shop must have done a really good job at selling her on that umbrella, right? So, hey, we went around, did a few upgrades, a few refinements, right? Little bits here and there will always start bringing this place right into the next stage. You know, there is thoughts of, do we install HVAC and drainage and vents and such like that? Yes and no, all at the same time, and other things that are structural, right? Like we did as an example, one of the things, right? We added the structural stuff in here that was, you know, to keep those things strong. You know, do we look at that stuff more, right? You know, does anything else need to be solidified or made more sound? I'm not going to let that get in the way of the design and the fun we can have right from the game, but, you know, does this need that too, you know, in here to keep it more strong of a structure, right, or a sense of that? Those are some things, you know, think about, like, we could spend quite a bit of time maybe doing that on an upgrade, or maybe that's more of a maintenance and structural kind of episode of sorts, right? For now, you know, I think what we need to do is I'm already geeking out over this ride still and finding something in it, right? Because I kind of like it. And maybe we need to set our sights. You know, that's what do we want to do? Do we want to set our sights on getting in and going back to doing some more architecture stuff, because, you know, this park is heavy with that, and it'd be neat to have kind of a dual monorail station, and I think that is going to be the first piece that's going to allow us to go forward. How far can we go forward? Complexity meter, right? That's what's stopping us, or what will. The other idea is we don't do that, and this is one complex, and we start a new park, right? And then through here, you have to go back into another place with multiple gateways. And one gateway is the Expo Center, one gateway is the entertainment complex, one gateway is this, right? And then Pavilions become, we have a park, and yes, I have to click and load new park, but it's the same, it would keep the same aesthetic. So you would load into the park knowing that you came from this gateway kind of station, right? So maybe we have that. Like, what's on the other side of this gateway? Do we build what's on the other side of that? It won't be here. It can't be. You know, it has to be somewhere else, right? And then, what's the difference between going through that gateway or one over here, right? Do they come from different places, or do they have a choice? We can have the Expo gateway and this gateway. And the difference is, look, if there's something cool here that you want to go do, well, you're a lot closer if you came in this gateway and walked over here than if you were there and you had to walk across the entire, and that's massive space. And it doesn't seem massive, but it's like, that's quite massive. I'd be curious to know, like, how big, like, you take the Magic Kingdom, does it fit in here, or does this, you know, does that take up this whole map? Wonder how big that would be. So you got to figure that starts here, Main Street, thing, castle, blah, 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 and it's done. That's probably pretty much it. Right? And then stuff goes, it's actually, they're doing a lot more with it. Anyway, it's been awesome spending some time with you all. Interesting to see what everybody is already doing on streams with the silver screen pack. Some interesting things in videos that some other creators have put out that have early access. So go check out that stuff if you're interested. Think we'll end up getting it eventually. Is it going to be day one? Is it needed, right? No, not necessarily needed for us to continue doing what we're doing. We have plenty of ideas with already that, we need to get in motion with everything. And I like focusing as much of what we can do with the stuff that's in game initially with the, and that's the broader appeal that anybody out there, if you have this game without having a DLC, you can go build this stuff. We're not we're using stuff. We're not overly customizing things. There's some intricate stuff. I say not customizing things. We built this entire glass house out of conservatory, out of all these pieces, but the pieces are there, right? It's just stacking them and just refining it. Go look at the original conservatory. It looked really quite, quite rough, right? And it got refined over multiple times, so it just takes time. But those trees don't look too bad. Still, we'll get there. Anyway, thanks again for joining. Really appreciate it. Hope everybody has a great night, great next morning. Really interested to see some of the content that's going to come out and what DLCs are coming down the line next and where we're going to go here. If you dig this stream, again, really appreciate a thumbs up, but, better subscribe if you haven't already so you can see what we're going to do and where we're going to go from here. There's a lot of energy behind building this place. And, 20 parts in, 20 streams in, right? We'll get to 30, right? Is it going to take 50 streams to finish the park? Oh, goodness gracious. That seems like a lot. Let's just focus on 21 and what we're going to do next there, right? Will it be back to the boat ride for another few parts to finish that attraction? Or will we find ourselves starting to work on how we can expand the park and come back to the boat ride time to time to explore the developments? All right? Curious what your thoughts are too. From the Button and Brick channel, this is Pavilions. Until next time.